Hey, are you struggling with an ADHD and ODD kid? Do you wonder whether you should use harsh parenting, gentle parenting, or just ignore it altogether? Well, I'm excited to share with you today discipline strategies that actually work for ADHD and ODD kids. Now, if you've been following us for a while and you're like, yeah, I want the goods, I really want to do this, we have just launched a free masterclass that in itself is life-changing, but it also shares the master mentorship plan that we can help you transform your family in 90 days or less. And you can find the link for that below in the description. Now, back in 2011, I was a single mom with 4 kids at the top of my game in business and in life, but my kids were struggling. They were all being diagnosed with mental health issues, ADHD, ODD, anxiety, depression, and nothing worked to get my kids just to cooperate with me. Thank God, right around the time the teacher called and said, hey, you need to come pick up Zach, he just picked up his desk and threw it across the classroom. We had to evacuate it, and then he jumped from desk to desk to desk, out the door, ran to the bathroom, and locked himself in there till I got to the school. That was the day I looked at the psychologist and she said, he's the worst case of oppositional defiant disorder I have ever seen. Now, at that time, my only solution was to put him on medication, put him in an alternative classroom with a glass room at the back so they could drag him in there. He could scream and not disturb the other students in the classroom. And that just didn't sit right with me. Now, the argument of the ages. Do I come in harsh parenting? Hey, it's time to get off the video games because I said so. What, you're going to argue with me again? I'm going to throw that thing away. Do I come in gentle parenting? Oh, honey, I know that you're sad that you can't have your video game right now or whatever it is that's important to you, but you really got to understand that too much time on the video game will hurt your brain. Do I just sit there while my child screams in my face and hits me over and over again? And the answer is absolutely not. We're going to talk today about the third option, the just right option, that works with every child every single time. So if you've been praying for an answer, here it is. Scripture tells us in Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. This verse encourages parents to guide their children on the right path, implying that early instruction will have a long-lasting impact for that child for the rest of their life. The Bible doesn't say anything about following a kid around, correcting them in the moment, grabbing their arm, lecturing them, bribing, putting them in a timeout, or anything like that. The problem is that we've been taught to parent by books written by doctors, all based on theory and not principle. Now, this is why a lot of times the dad is the harsh one, the mom is the gentle one, and there is a lot of confusion in the home on what's the right thing to do. And that's because it doesn't really matter if you're harsh or gentle, it doesn't work. Now, back in 2011, right at the brink of despair, where I was giving up hope as a parent altogether, lying on the floor in fetal position, praying to God for an answer, I really thank God so much that the answer came to me, because without the answer, I'd be raising my grandkids right now and starting the cycle all over again. And none of us want that. And the first time I ever saw guiding behavior in action, I was absolutely in awe, impressed. So what if you didn't have to set up harsh rules and boundaries and follow your children around, reminding them and nagging them to get their stuff done all day? And what if you didn't have to drag your toddler into a timeout to teach him that he's not being nice right now when he actually doesn't have any life skills at all? And what if you could learn to parent in such a way where your family worked together in harmony, just like a perfect zipper coming together? When I learned that providing everything for free to my kids and then coming in and taking it away was causing harm to their inner soul, I stopped doing it immediately. And I started to encourage my children to earn their own privileges. And what I saw was absolutely magical. They were cleaning their rooms. They were making me breakfast in bed. They were getting along together. Every day, my house became more and more in order and more harmonious. And I just thought every parent in the world needs to know about this. I'm going to share a short story with you that will summarize it all. I met Thomas in January of 2011 and saw him interacting with my kids for the very first time around June 2011. That year, my 12-year-old son stopped going to school about a month before the school year year ended and I had no idea what to do. I tried yelling, I tried being nice, joking, taking his blanket, tickling, ice water. I called grandma, grandpa, dad. Nothing worked to get the kid to get up and go to school. So come the following year, September, now he's in grade 8 and he's refusing to go to school. And so I phoned Tom. I go, Tom, Jacob won't get up and go to school. What do I do? Tom goes, does he have a cell phone? I'm like, yeah. He goes, who pays for that? And I'm like, I do. And I knew right away because I had already talked to Tom a few times about making a parent-approved plan and letting my kids choose their own outcome. So I go downstairs and I'm like, you know what? I already have my life and my career going on. We're talking about your life, and you can choose to go to school or not go to school. Now stick with me, I'm going somewhere. And then I laid out a parent-approved plan. I said, Jacob, you can choose not to go to school, but the first day you choose not to go to school, you're saying, hey, Mom, I want you to take my cell phone today. The second day you choose not to go to school, you're saying, hey, Mom, I want you to phone the phone company and turn my phone off for 2 weeks. And the third day that you choose to not go to school, you're saying, hey, Mom, I don't want you to pay for my cell phone ever again. Fair enough? It's your life. You choose. What do you want to do? Now, guess who got up and went to school every day for the rest of junior high school, all the way through high school, and is now 25 years old and a manager at Costco? No harsh punishment, no gentle parenting, just leadership guidance, allowing him to choose his own outcome. And now that we've worked with hundreds and hundreds of kids, I can honestly tell you that when you lay out a master parent-approved plan, the child will choose life. They will rise up. They will grow. They will mature. They'll show off their greatness. They want to please you. But this whole trying to come around correcting their behavior in the moment makes you the warden and them your slave, and constant power struggles, which, by the way, never goes away on its own. So if you're a struggling parent looking for a better way, you've been praying for a better way, you found it, here we are. We're here to help you learn to guide your child. Try it today. When your child asks for something, validate. That's called a goal. And then offer a parent-approved plan that includes the good, the bad, and the ugly, or we call bare minimum, average, or outstanding behavior. And you know what? Let them choose and love them anyway. You're going to be so free and so happy, and your kids are going to wake up with a new zest for life. In fact, if you try this formula today, you'll see instant results. Click over here for a magical story from a grandma whose grandson was on the oppositional defiant disorder spectrum on his way to being medicated and has totally transformed their lives.